In the case of Eva Destruction was a song that's going to be the B-side of Barry McGuire's record. My partner, Phil Sloan, one morning comes in and plays me this song called Eva Destruction. Played it for Lou Adler, and Lou Adler said, you know, geez, it's kind of a depressing song. He said, why don't you guys throw Barry McGuire's voice on it and we'll make it the B-side of a record. That way we'll get it out of the way, because it is kind of good, but I don't think radio is going to play it.
So Adler says, let's do something else. So I had the words to Eve in my back pocket. And I pulled them out and smoothed out the wrinkles and hung it on the music stand. And it only has 4 chords in it, you know, so they went through it a couple times. Yeah, oh, yeah, we got this. Blind says, oh, I got it.
We threw his voice on it. We were punching in lines all the way through. He really didn't even know the song.
And there's a place in the song where I'm going, you can't twist the truth. And the reason I'm going, it's because I lost my place in the wrinkly paper, you know, in the dark. I couldn't see it very well.
We got a vocal good enough for him to take home, put it on a tape, and he would learn it.
One take. That's all we had time for.
I brought that tape into the office the next morning, and I'm playing it in my office. I always got in at around 9 o'clock in the morning, no matter what time I worked at night. So I was the only one there, along with Jay Lasker, who was the president of Dunhill Productions at the time. He heard this thing that I'm playing. He said, let me have the tape. I want to take it into the office to listen to. About 3 hours later, I hear screaming and yelling going on and pounding on the walls in Lasker's office, and I'm called in, and Adler is screaming at me, what did you do with the Eva Destruction tape? I said, I gave it to Jay. He said, there has to be another one. And I said, why? He said, because I just heard it on the radio driving in this morning. It was on the #1 station here in town at the time. It was KFWB.
And Monday morning I got a call from McGuire, turn on KFWB. And Eva Destruction is being played on the radio.
So when we called the radio station to tell them to please take it off, that it's unfinished, they said it's the most requested record we've had since the Beatles, since I Want to Hold Your Hand. Said, we're going to keep playing it. You can finish it up, get us a new one, but, we're going to just keep playing it.
It exploded onto the charts. It just took off. And before they knew it, it was getting airplay all across the United States.
I was still working at a record store. And that night when I went to the record store, the first 3 people that came into the store said, you have this new record, Eva Destruction. The first 4 or 5 phone calls I have said, do you have this Eva Destruction? And so it was an early lesson that, if something is meant to be, it's meant to be.
I wasn't protesting. It was just a bunch of our newspapers protesting newspapers. It's the news you see on television, a protest news report. They're just telling you what's going on in the world. Well, that's all Eva Destruction was. The Eastern world is exploding, bodies slurring, bullets loading, old enough to kill but not for voting. What's that gun you're toting and you tell me you don't believe in, that Eva Destruction was written into I think it's the 26th Amendment to change the voting age of the United States. It's the first pop song that was ever written into the congressional record as a statement of we need to change the voting age from 21 to 18. Yeah.